Mambo Live.
Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Yeah. So, folks, good evening again. Thanks for joining this top provoking show on KFM. Yes, the AMC Arbor here on Kia Radio. So, all right. So again, I'm Lawrence Spencer, and I want to say thank you for joining me. The other day, I presented, and when I'm not here, Ozzy is here. Or our senior brother from the States. So we want to say thank you for joining the show wherever you are following us from. I'm Lawrence Spencer. Obviously, we will be looking at scores of issues concerning Liberia as it relates to where we are with the jobs, agriculture, the bogus government, and blah, 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 blah. So I want to say, tighten your seatbelt, join us as always. But before we dive into the show, as usual, we'd like to take a bounce of our theme song, and we will come back, we'll list those topics, and we start to discuss the issues. And later on during the program, I will also open the line for your input. It's not a so say one, so say all. When we come and get our analysis, we open the line, and then you participate, because we are all Liberians. There's no greater or lesser Liberian on this show. Okay, so your view matters to us. In fact, it is because of you that we are coming here to present this show. So we want to say thank you, as always, for joining us. And thank to Brother Tuso, who is always here trying to make the show a success. He's behind the microphone, the camera, and teaching us the do's and don'ts of the studio. Thank you. So we want to take our theme song, and when we come back, we'll dive straight into the show. Yeah, so thank you again. So the talking point here is Kumi's vision for Liberia. So what Mr. Kumi intend to do when he become president, obviously we'll be talking on that. Uh, is this government fighting just fellow Liberians? Is this government fighting just, or is a late service, or the fight of just have become a late service fellow Liberians? So we will also be looking at that. Like I said, we will be looking at Mr. Cummins' vision for Liberia. And we'll also be discussing the issue about the just fight in Liberia. Is the government fighting just, or the fight have become heavy on the old man? The old man need to put the fight down, or is he fighting this thing? So, I mean, we will also be diving into that, okay? So, is the government fighting just fellow Liberian? That's the $1 million question. And lastly, we will also want to look at Baka's plan for agriculture, right? I mean, some of you who are the supporters of Mr. Baka said that there's the man, I mean, agriculture is a main trademark, okay? The same way they said with former President Weah, that Mr. Weah was a footballer. So when the man became president, like bro, qualified for both AFCON and the World Cup. Something that we did not achieve during the 6 years of President Weah. So now we on it again with President Baka. So what's President Baka plan? I mean, for agriculture, even though it's one of the major priorities or one of the major pillars in the rest agenda, we'll be looking at that is the budgetary allocation, the public expenditure towards agriculture commensurating with what the people projected Baka's vision for agriculture to be. So these are things we'll be looking at on the show today. And like I said, during the later part of the show, we'll open the line for your inputs. You can agree and disagree. This is Liberia. Everybody is somehow political. Okay, so that's it. So that just take a few seconds of it, and then we close on the theme song and come and dive straight into the show. All right, so thank you, fellow Liberians. Thank you for joining the show. As always, I'm Lawrence Spencer, your comrade, a common Liberian, a native of Kokoya District, #1 Bon County, Upper Bon. So in Pele we say Katwa. So we want to say Katwa to all the Pele people. If you are from Lofa, we say Yanae. I may be wrong or right on that. Okay, and if you are somewhere. If you are somewhere from around the Nimakande end, I want to say Ituo Bavo. Yeah, just that. So, fellow Liberians, thank you for joining the show. So, our first talking point here today is Mr. Kumis's vision for Liberia. Okay, because the reason why when my Nigerian brother, Comrade Isaac George, come on the radio every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. He lament a lot about Mr. Cummins and what he thinks about Liberia. Is because those are all who subscribe to Mr. Cummins' philosophy or a platform. We believe that Liberia is at a crossroad, and in order for Liberia to get somewhere, we all should do things differently, as Mr. Kumi himself has always maintained. Okay, because I mean, to paraphrase, you cannot continue doing the same thing and you think you're going anywhere. Mr. Kumi and the AMC thinks that is not a way to go as it relates to reform. If you want change, you should do things that will bring change. I cannot say I want to go to Bowadosa and I'm getting on a car that is going to Tomonbury. I mean, obviously I will find myself in Tomonbury instead of Bowadosa. That's just the common logic as it relates to the thing about voting for people, supporting political parties, and blah and blah and blah. So those of us from the Alternative National Congress, we are always maintaining that some post-war, when the war ended, to our women then are sitting down maybe beside their radio. Since the war ended, only two group of people now run the country. And the hard question we keep asking is, has the group of people managed our resources properly? We got the Nima Mountain, Mantoke Demo, we have the Putu Mountain, we have the Wurugisi, even though the other ones I'm naming are not been open yet for mining processes and what have you. But we have the Bear Mountain, for example, in Kema, in Great Kema County. We have other mineral development agreement in this country. We have our coastal terrain. We have the Atlantic Ocean from Kipamos to Kema. We have the rainforest, like bro, alone. I mean, it's a custodian of over 43% of the Upper Guinea rainforest. We have the airspace, we have the maritime, like I said. I think Liberia, I stand corrected on this information, but Liberia took over Parliament sometime last year when it comes to maritime ships that are flying Liberian flags on the maritime registration process. So what am I naming all of those things? These are all revenue generating streams or entities or institutions, if you may, and they are bringing millions of dollars into government cover annually. Or better still, those who they still have been interested to since the war, they could have used these things to benefit about. On the area, I don't think they are user fairly, okay, to have a trick it down on the ordinary Liberian people like you and myself. So we always say we cannot continue to dance in or sufficient circle when we think Liberia will go anywhere until we can put our thinking cap and think out of the box. We have a problem to deal with. So having said that, I just wanted to lay the basis because Liberia, we let the blame where we fall and forgetting where we always stomp our toes. And that's the adage that is commonly used across the bailiwick of Liberia. So if you want to blame where you were fought and forget about where you stomp your toes, then I think there's a contradiction somewhere. Because where we normally stomp our toes is during electoral period. Okay? When I attended the leadership program the other time, we were talking about the election cycle, we were talking about campaign, we talking about voter registration, or voter rule update, and all of these things. So the entire process they call the electoral cycle, and that's the time we can stomp our toes during the electoral cycle. Be jumping behind the people. Oh yeah, we want the man who is the most. Popular man. Some of us just there following the crowd. When I sit down and reflect, I say no, this Liberia. 20 some more years of peace. Is a protracted period of time that if you have a serious and practical minded people in leadership, at the hand of leadership, you can show some tangibles. Okay, so we cannot always rely or get excuses for the dismal performances of public officials to say yes, oh, we came from the war, so yeah, that the reason more rather get good running water system. We came from a war that was Liberia still struggling with electricity. Oh yeah, for 14 years civil war that while we still have broken infrastructure across the country. Look, you make your government lazy and you get excuses for these very people who continue to keep the country in waywardness and backwardness. So the thing is about making change, and change cannot just be on a paper like that. So Mr. Cummings' vision is clear. Mr. Cummings said, for example, if you people are interested part of the hand in 2023, the first working days, in fact, Mr. Cummings said in the CPP plan, because then we have the CPP right now, the CPP are being dissolved and we now with the AMC, Probably there will be new collaborations. We don't know, but right now we stand as an AMC and Mr. Cummins. So the vision still remain the same, by the way, because Mr. Cummins was obviously the head of CPP. We went to the election as CPP. So what I'm reading here is what Mr. Cummins and the ANC still subscribe to. So Mr. Cummins, for example, in our document is our first day. In fact, Mr. Cummins said the very day the National Election Commission are going to announcing president, they are not going to be a wasteful spending on inaugural ball where a few group of Liberians will just go gather at the executive mansion and be popping champagne and disc jockeying and merrymaking. No. Mr. Cummins and the CPP then said, if we get this thing, I mean, come on. Mr. Cummins said the first thing I would do is to call for cabinet meeting. Start to review some things. Have the regular RAS Civil 7 salary. Because that's one of the major things in this country. The issue about Civil 7s getting their salary on time. Since, like I said, 2005, from Madam Selitan coming to President, we are former President, we are in today President Baka. If you are a realist who listening to me, you agree that civil servants are always have issue with salary delay. It could be 1 month, it could be 2 months. It varies on the kind of government we're discussing. Okay, if you talk with some people in the CDC town, they will tell you, also now I used to take for 2 months, 3 months. And the same thing continues today. So Mr. Cummins and the CPP, we were covering a regular salary process where if you are voted for Mr. Cummins, in fact, we were projecting that people will be taking paid twice a month. If you're making your lay, or 200, maybe you get 100 around the 15, you get another 100 around the 28 or so. Because the thing is, those of you who are civil servants that are listening to me, you agree that sometimes before the late salary can you already use almost 80 or 90% or you finish crediting because let's say you are a civil servant, you live Johnsonville Township at Harley, for example, and you have to come to Central Monrovia every day to work. So before you get out late 150 or 200, the money change up picking to your junction, you finish credit from the man, the credit said and hold you the spot away. So as soon as the late salary come in your hand, boom, you go settle there because you want to maintain your integrity. If not, so they begin without credit you again. If you need credit bag of reference, Jalo shop in the community, if you need credit and alcohol and all the things, the family have to survive. So the CPP was projecting that the salary will not only be punctual, but salary will also be in a systemic way, almost like it's done universally. Like for some of our colleagues that sometimes we compare Norway from Uptown, they take their thing after every 2 weeks. So sometimes we that like to compare Norway already know the time. When second Thursday we say, comrade, what's up? And so that's the kind of system Mr. Cummins was trying to introduce. I mean, he's trying to, because obviously Mr. Cummins will still become president. Mr. Cummins wants to introduce to Liberia. Okay, so these are things that are practical that can happen. The reason it's not happening now is because certain people feel if the population is kept in hunger, if people are hungry, you can easily manipulate them. You can easily get away with them. So they will not want to put in real systemic change towards the ordinary people. That's the reason you will see the same system from the past government that they criticize. This thing is it has become a model of the new quote unquote new administration. Because what we see is primarily maybe the change of one minister name from one ministry to another, or we change John Brown. John Brown used to be the controller to the other entity, and we now get a new controller. So the change, I think, is just about those at the hand of authority. We take John Brown name from there, we put Peter name there. So that's the kind of change we are experiencing. But the real practical change to affect the ordinary people is not there. So Mr. Cummins and the CPP, I mean, the manifesto is clear, and we were projecting, constant salary I take home by civil servants. That it will not be the EDC leg, okay? That Mr. Cummins would love to call it Renaissance Electricity Corporation or something also. Because the electricity is not stable as well. So that's how the civil servant salary is. It's off. and on, off and on. So Mr. Cummings said, no, we cannot continue like this. So from day one, as I'm announced president, the next thing I call for cabinet meeting, no inaugural board, no, we're not going to settle. Look at what happened. Another family in all kind of shenanigans here, all kind of dubious things. The money they get them for inauguration, they couldn't account for it. Those that went there in their African Pazan, their Chaninkos, and what have you, they said they were on a scratching sun, no water to drink. We even saw other things happening, bigger things. Okay, president dropping and all of that because there was no ventilation, no air cooling system, what have you. So Mr. Kumi is saying we're not empower corruption from day one. Well, we're okay because sometimes the thing about it, people who are around big people, you cannot interpret everybody, man. Okay, there's a common adage in Liberia that says from one of the tribes that say we human we are not like corn that you will do that day you will split to know how rep it is. No. So you don't interpret. There's no method to interpret the kind of people. Why it is true, we have interpreted people that will always be around, but people will always want to take certain people always want to take advantage of situation. So Mr. Kumi is saying to cut all that thing off. I mean, from day one, it's about the people. We're not going to organize no inaugural board. Okay, it's about reviewing the civil service policy and seeing our best and allocating more money towards these kind of places. So that's one thing Mr. Kumi was going to do. Unfortunately, we have a purported rescue agenda that have become a rescue mission that have become a burden and liability to the Liberian people. So there where we are. And one of the things, again, very essential that Mr. Cummings and the CPP manifesto was projecting is the issue about macro loan. You see, the last time President Baga went to dedicate the more, and he made a statement and laugh. He said, oh, I really thank God we're building tangible projects now. I mean, we have intangible projects in our country. We'll not just be having stores. Then I asked myself, sometimes I don't know the way our presidents or our public officials speak. It bothers some of us and it weighs us a lot because people who have the authority to make things happen, people who are the movers and shakers of things, it'll be speaking like the ordinary people down Slave here, we that in Johnsonville and other places. I mean, then it's mind-boggling. Okay, because the thing is, you got the authority. We have an imperial presidency in like Baga can wake up today and say, my man Gregory, come on, you go down Boulevard and that Black Line Road from now to 2 o'clock. Nobody will go in that. It will happen. That's the kind of imperial presidency, a semi kind of dictatorship from the government we got in Liberia. So what am I saying? Put more money. Call your finance minister when the budget time reaches. Call the finance man. Say, my man, I need to allocate some money. You the president. Okay, there's your policy. You have to guide. There's your vision. You're talking about your legacy here. So you tell the finance man, my man, we need to put money. We've been hearing about reopening the agricultural bank, for example, and all of things. But it's a cliche. It's a mirage. That will not happen because the political will is not there. You will hear President Baga have close to 34 cabinet meetings now. In fact, just today you have another cabinet meeting at the grounds of the executive mansion. So we cannot just be about having meetings. It means you are a weak president. The will is not there. You cannot be a weak and talkative president. You just dive into tautology all of the day. You cannot be a weak president. But then we have demonstrated that he is a weak president. So if you make the front house people who are responsible for the budget, the legislature, you got to begin the regime speaker across the road there, my man, look, I want more money for macro loan. Let the people get those loans and be able to invest, to get into good businesses and what have you. They are Liberians who are striving, who are doing very much well when it comes to business. They are good, they are successful entrepreneurs, yeah, Liberians. They are Liberian businesses that are striving. But the banking sector is not helping the situation. The banking sector, you go for loan, they give you the interest rate on the money you want to take a loan can scare you. And the time they're giving you the start payment, sometimes you're not careful, the money we end up getting damage in your hand. Or better still, the business will collapse. So as a thinking government, you say, what can we do? So the CPP, Mr. Cummings, excuse me, our idea is Let's give more money to Liberians, to empower Liberians. Okay? So that Liberians can be able to go to China, to Dubai, and bring goods and sell and make profit. So that we can have Liberian manufacturers, so that we cannot just be an import-based society. So that we can also be exporting. There are Liberians who are making handmade stuff. If we can empower them, they can be able to produce these things on a large scale basis and then export them. These are things Mr. Cummins and the CPP projected in our plans for Liberians. You see, so now they political thing looking at that when you go in the market to go buy, and you buy all the Google fish or boni. Then you go way down the end of the market. When you go now, you see someone riding boni buy. You say, boy, I'll do buy for boni to do. You see it? So, Mr. Cummins and the CPP plan is that empower Liberians. There's the YouTuber from Ghana that came the other day. I saw young Liberian ladies, girls. Those young women, they are producing. They milk with different stuff. They call it Yoko, and stuff and what have you. The guy interviewed different Liberian businesses that are striving. So I said to myself, you see, so these kind of businesses need help. They need help. They need empowerment. So the CPP and Mr. Cummins' initial plan, and some of these things I'm talking, by the way, they are all catch up on the 100 days plan of Mr. Cummins. That at least the 530 million are going to be put aside to empower Liberian businesses. And that free money, that loan, with little or no interest rate, where you will be able to do your business and pay back to government cover. They can use that money again to empower another group of Liberians. So that's the plan. That's the plan. The document says that revive the educational sector. That revive the educational sector, for example. Today, when I visited Maryland last year, June, right after Kavala Junction, when you're going towards Harper, there's a school on the road. When you see the school, you will wonder as to what part of what I mean, how can government sit and see this thing happening in 2026? Right on the asphalt, what we call the quota in 2025. Last year, June, by the way, I was in Maryland. The children are going to school and sitting on the bare ground. In fact, there's no correct roof all the school I'm talking about. Since President Tobo and the rest of the other people built some of these major government schools in Monrovia yet. How many new schools has government built yet in Monrovia? To these densely populated townships and what have you. Then you look at, for example, the whole of Johnsonville Township. You only have one public school there. And the public school is not even functional. It's not even up to date. It looks like it represents a school from the past. They're in the 19th century school. I mean, if a president like Rwanda, then President Kagame, and all what you may say about him and blah, 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 if they can develop a system where children in high school are entitled to a laptop, one child, one laptop policy, why you think like brother have so much natural resources cannot do this thing? It's because people do not care. It's because the people you guys continue to entrust this country with, they want to build themselves, build their families so that they can remain as the political elite as they are. So that when 2029 comes, you can jump behind them on the pickup trucks, the buses, and you be singing behind them, dancing, while they are cheering on boat in the Caribbean, dancing with white girls and what have you. That's how they want the system to remain. So you're not seeing them improving school or building new school, but the CPP manifesto is saying that we will not just build school, we will improve schools. Because you can have the structure, it's not school. If where I'm sitting there now, if you don't have this transmitter, you don't have the microphone, you didn't have a radio station here. I will be a joker because you're not hearing me through the airway. So it's not just about the building, it's about the equipment. What are the policies that the rescue agenda abroad? The other day I was listening to your education minister, and school about to open your register the children. Now you put money for your register children. You see they're gonna block them. The money eating take it, go get the people to register their children. What the policy you now introduce that would allow people to register their children? You know you pay 7 sometimes. No job, nothing. So the CPP and Mr. Cummings, we are saying we'll build schools and we'll equip them, we'll pay the teachers, we'll improve 7 salary. That's why I said Mr. Cummings was not just thinking about regular rising 7 salary, but in that document you read it, it also talk about improving 7 salary with emphasis, with focus on police, teachers, and nurses. Because all the three sectors are there named, the society will break down. If there's no police people to man the rural communities, our good brothers, our good friends and neighbors, they will come for you. If there's no nurses at the rural hospital, you have redemption there. The other day, two persons lost their life right from redemption. The other, I think the lady or so killed their family member. They say they cannot touch the person to initial deposit of certain amount being made. What happened? When the person lost their life, out of tension, I think the mother also that carried the child, the mother do die right on the spot. You see that kind of thing? So Mr. Cummings and the CPP, they say if you get this country to us, there will be policy. I mean, we are Liberian for Christ's sake. Can I care somebody to a public facility or government facility? You know the meaning of government? The government is there to serve the people. Okay, I want divine government like your deputy minister. You're going to laugh at me. Government by the people and by the people. But first, the government is there to serve the ordinary people. So if you care already, for example, the redemption of what happened, and they are lying, that person will die because there's no initial deposit. I mean, then who the government is there to serve? Then who is the government serving? So these are ugly policies, all policies that are on a book that the CPP are going to erase. We're going to put correction marks, some of these kind of devilish policy. To say when any Liberian citizen is taken to a government facility, by the way, which of course the CPP government are going to reduce fees, okay, for government facilities, more especially government facilities, public health facility across the country. When these guys they started, I mean, we saw the hack in fees, different fees. What is when you go do dialysis or so, they hack everything, fees, different registration fees at the medical centers in Liberia. They just hack it, they just increase. How can you say you came to rescue the poor people and everything, every facility, or every little benefit that the poor people should be getting, you're scratching it from on a book? Because no connection with the government. So they have to do these things to get how to run a government. Which of course, by the way, huge portion of that money going towards servicing government, recurring expenditure. There's 1.25 billion budget this year. So the 4% on our budget is going on just running government. What kind of serious country will use on the 4% of her budget to service government, buy car for people, traveling and Lauren, cashless, tracker, blah, 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 blah. 74%. So you got roughly about 25 to 26% of the budget going to capital investment, hospital, schools. I mean, it's a drop in the ocean. That's the reason you are not seeing almost 3 years into this regime, you are not seeing no significant, in fact, you are not seeing any change. Nothing absolutely meaningfully towards the ordinary masses to take people from down there and bring them at least to a middle income level. Nothing that you see happening. Because the same cycle, the same system are continuing. If you go back to the CDC last budget year, the same percentage of recurring expenditure is the same thing today. In fact, this year there was an increment in recurring expenditure. So how will you serving school? How will you serving hospital? What do you leave for the poor people? So the greedy $100 still continue. The men got bread deer on their back. They got ponge pound on their head. They got LFA in the wheelbarrow, they dragging it, and they want to get it wrapped from down there. So the country not going nowhere. The greedy $100 strategy that was still continuous. So they fighting Johnson paper, they fighting agriculture, they improving agriculture on paper. So it's a paper infrastructure that you're elected, that you're voted for. Paper infrastructure. Or paper reform. But there's no practicality thing. There's no practical. All these small roads, and you see the building they want to be glamorizing about, parroting about. That great now. The two fly over where they say that are campaign, that are bazooka for campaign 20 and now they realize they want to do nothing. That two over that I don't know how many meter them over pass. Even that are whole campaign strategy that they think they depend on the campaign 2029. So then as far as they concern, they already get a trunk card for the Liberian people to vote for them. So the 38 million for the both overpass. That money where every year it have been serious for the part 2 year, the party run this country, and on the other 6 years, which of course when you add there will be 18 total, 18 years that they will be running the country for. If they see that 38 million our Chinese friends using to construct that 2 overpass, they will put in a body every day, they will get more than 5, 6, 7 on in a different location. But that's why they want us to pour our hand between our legs and say, yeah, but I'm working. So Mr. Kume and the CPP are saying we'll improve schools and we'll pay teachers well. We will improve the health sector and we will also pay nurses well. So y'all abandon all of these good plans and y'all settle for rescue. So that's it. That's it. Mr. Kume and the CPP, we're going to pay civil servants well. We were going to pay civil servants well. The reason police people, you say, oh, the policemen are corrupt, all day they are harassing motorcyclists. There's no justification for bad behavior. But again, there's like behavior. And we always say this too is like behavior force. So like the way the August read, 7-day read man 40. The man standing in the cold, directing traffic, and you get that man $100, you get a man $25, $125. You think that man will get integrity? You got few people that are being in extreme condition and they stay as very good behavior. So in order to minimize these things, at least you pay the policeman $300, $400, $500. Because the fighting, the man will rationalize method they might live $500 and making. I don't think I want to lose my job. I want to raise my job for 200 or 250 liberty. Because a person will be collecting our 250 liberty bra and my inspector or my superintendent passing, and he decided to disrobe me from the job. Dismiss me from the job or disrobe me from the police. So the man will think twice. But I heard I'm making. I beg you, I'm a man. My susu come Saturday, the other tomorrow Saturday, and the man will collect my susu money here. So somebody policemen in 4-5 different susu. You don't believe it, man. You want to accept them to be corrupt. When they lay budgetary allocation be made to the force, to the institution, the men up there, they divide money, I said, they buy new car, they distribute money, I said, they allocate something for their Monday gas, their Monday scrap car, their days entertainment. Then they take peanuts and put it towards salary for those who actually on the ground doing the work. So we were not going to run like bro like that. Trust me, like bro, not going to be running now. So that's the difference Mr. Kume and the CPP was going to bring to the presidency. Okay. So what Mr. Kume and the CPP, the guys, we were going to create job opportunity. Okay, we are going to rehabilitate the guys that the justice is affecting. Oh, of course, President Baga then made a same promise. I know somebody will say that. But again, what the difference is, Mr. Kumi is a realist. Everywhere Mr. Kumi ever work, he trademarks all what he plays. It's like an understanding that people can say, oh, the man was selling cocoa. No, bro. That man didn't have cocoa between the cars as we see him all. That man was a serious executive at Coca-Cola. In fact, the second man globally. Annually, that man will control billions of dollars. So from day one, he know what he want to do when he come to the president. He not coming his second guess what to be doing, scratching his head, going for cabinet meeting as though somebody going for breakfast. No. 34 cabinet meetings, simple than Bagato. Every day the cabinet meeting. Every day a cabinet meeting. So like I said, Mr. Kumi said, we're going to launch over $20 million loan for women empowerment youth program. And there are examples. Mr. Kumi held an entrepreneur summit at what we call now Single Palace. That time was Melonian Hotel, where the winner at 2024 or so, the winner walked away worth $25,000 United States dollars. How many political people you see doing nothing? So now on count the radio, your eyes, oh, what did Mr. Kumi now do? What did Mr. Kumi now do? The other day, we named a dossier of things that Mr. Kumi been doing here. What are the 350 kVA that he donated to BWR? I mean, what are the computer lab that he set up to Climate University and the UL in 2016? All of these things we said here, but people still call the show. They were asking me, oh, my man, what did Mr. Kumi now do? And we cannot be so hypocritical like that because the same standard we setting for Mr. Kumi today, we cannot safely say we have set those same standard for other people that will get the presidency to. No way. I asked my UP friend the other day, I said, my man, the way they year are broke, I don't get money. I want my daughter to go to some kind of elementary school around here. You know, President Baga in elementary school where people can send their children. He couldn't tell me to say maybe President Baga elementary and junior high school where he built in our real where he been living same one in Puduta. Where you can say, yeah, the other high school here, he own President Baga name. Or he built it to benefit where he had lived for all the record ages. You can't say the same. But some of y'all will be even so brave to be criticizing the STEM school that Mr. Kumi established through the Coca-Cola Foundation, Dubo Road will help Liberians, young Liberian kids in STEM education. Y'all will be brave to question that. You see how brave Liberians are? But the man you support for the presidency that is sitting in the mansion, you cannot keep point to anything that man did before you all land up on the scratching song of the rain to vote for him. But only because Mr. Kumi need Mr. Kumis, he said the man will build mansions or skyscraper from a apartment before you vote for him. No, you cannot be hypocritical like that. So if we want our people to do certain things before we get any presidency, it should have been from day one. Okay, maybe we could start correcting those wrongs since the war. Okay, we gotta say yes. Before you be president, build all the road from here to Sinjay. Then we'll make president. Build high school, 2 days, then we'll make president. But nothing like that. But you want today for Mr. Kumi to be the one to do everything. Which of course Mr. Kumi is doing it. You see? Mr. Kumi in our same manifesto we're talking about, for example, waste management. Re-exploiting all of the drainages is clogged. So we're talking about review the solid waste management crisis. Initial effective garbage collection and transportation to engineer sanitary landfill. You know what I mean? We're going to create somewhere where we'll create an effective transport system of garbage across the city. Okay, where we can maybe create source stations in the rural township. We'll say Johnson Road. All of the garbage you will be collecting, your packet here will come and collect it and go and dump it somewhere. You're going to review the solid waste system. Right now, the only way some of these things can be effectively done, it cannot be done by the city government alone. Also, some of these things, now what the city manifesto is saying there, it's saying what? Complete review of the solid waste management crisis. So we are going to review the waste management process in this country, where you can bring all of private persons on board He said, look, the city government is overwhelmed. Because what we see right now, even right now, the current city government is highly overwhelmed. Bring other partners and work with them. Clean the garbage up the street of Monrovia. Create also zones. Create zones or stations that people can take these things the way it's done other part of the world or other part of Africa, and you can come and collect it. Those private friends that you'll be working with, they can come and collect them and go and carry to the designated sites. So these are things that were in the manifesto of the CPP. We cannot keep doing the same old thing. You can. We see Mayor John Siafa and a few people behind him with yellow vests on them, which of course, yes, we appreciate those Liberians, ordinary Liberians that are cleaning some of the waste around town. But what we say is, you cannot do it alone. Because obviously you'll be aware. Look at how St. Street, man. They had to pump or blockade to block the whole street because of garbage. So contra these things, the money is there. The city government, people pay tax to the city government. You see Pinsville, because we live adjacent Pinsville in the township there. In fact, the Pinsville City Corporation and the Township Leadership Commissioner, Gino Rano and other people, what they're doing is they're collecting 150 from all of those shops. Whether you have big shop, the bigger shop they're collecting 150 and the smaller shop they're collecting $50. So all of those funds, plus the yearly allocation for the national budget, what are you doing with them? So the CPP manifesto is saying the Cummins government was going to review the waste management process and see how best it can be more effective and efficient to make more a clean city and to give the city a facelift. Right now, you're driving through the city, you see part of there everywhere. Pollution. And these things can cause outbreak because when you have a dirty environment, you don't have a healthy society. So these are things Mr. Cummins and the CPP was going to do. Okay? Well, Mr. Cummins and the CPP were also talking about launching a decentralization of rehabilitating the young people. Those people that you guys will call Zogo and what have you. We're going to decentralize and build rehabilitation facility across the country. And not more already got disadvantaged young people. They are in Banga, they are in Kanto, they are in Sweju, they are in Raospo, in Tottenham, and other parts of the country. So, Mr. Cummins and the CPP will definitely decentralize, rehabilitation process and also the countdown trust. So, in number 8, I think that is some of the plan you guys based on the opportunity we again present itself in 2029, where you people will again line up to vote to make your choice. Okay, I didn't go one give that authority. So clearly, for some of us, we knew the rescue agenda that the people projected at the parity about was nothing but a disaster in waiting, and we can clearly see the cosmetic fight on jobs, the failure of President Baka to heavily or hugely invest in the agriculture sector where we are about to dive in, and the rest of it. So that's it. We will continue to expand on these things. Now, one day topic is a bucket thing. Mr. Cummins and the CPP is saying that when you make Mr. Cummins president, because this document is still active, is what Mr. Cummins believes, what the CPP, even though, like I said, the CPP is no more in existence, but what the ANC now believe is what were also projected in the CPP plans for 2023 for the Liberian people. So if Mr. Cummins is given the chance to serve the Liberian people come 2029, these things that we are lamenting will happen. The 500 day, 20 million will be put aside to invest in business, especially for women, marketeers. Okay? We had the radical market right adjacent the station here. Go there, on the ring, see the kind of struggling condition our people in. So Mr. Cummins is saying, let us invest in the people. We can build better market structures. Okay, we can get the people loans to improve their businesses. The people have been struggling for years. And the market is high. People are not buying. So if you can have some funds to invest more, I didn't want to buy small. Everything you said it, you'll be able to achieve something, to be able to pay your rent, send your kids to school, and then feed. Okay, that are decentralized rehabilitation process. Let's take the young people from off the streets. Let them start, causing havoc, attacking people. Let's care them for rehabilitation, and then we bring them back to the larger society. We empower them. Maybe we open carpentry. We establish a vocational center across the rural rehabilitation centers across the country, where they can learn something meaningful. That when they get out there, they will not revert to the old things they used to do, where they will find themselves useful to society. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Let's do waste management differently. Let's hire other, people to work with the city government. Let it come with their own expertise. Let it come with some equipment to help the city government to take dirt off the street of Monrovia, to clean the street of Monrovia. Let people be encouraged to paint their dilapidated structures and what have you. So it's a rich document, and we'll continue to bring them to you. So we want to take a short break, and then after that, we'll dive into the agricultural discussion. Is Baka ready? An agriculture man, like you people projected him during the electoral process. Is Baka an agriculture man? So it's something that we want to. I will like for us to look up. Let us be real with ourselves, and I will tell you what is allocated in the current budget for agriculture, the percentage I will give it to you, and you will be the one to determine for yourself. Is President Baka in the rescue government they are prioritizing agriculture as they promised the Liberian people? So we go, halfway mark of the program. We go 1 hour talking. We just want to dive into that, and maybe we'll choose small line on the just issue, and then we'll open the line for your participation. So let's take the short break. We'll be right back to talk about agriculture. Yeah, so Yeah, so thank you, and welcome back to the show, fellow Liberians. Whatever you are following us from, I want to say thank you for being with us. Yeah, on Care Radio 95.9 FM, situated there on the UN Drive in Central Monrovia, Liberia, West Africa. So I want to say thank you for following us. Uh, you are listening to Lawrence Spencer, your presenter for today's edition of the show. So I want to say thanks for all those who made this program successful. I want to say thanks to you, the listening audience. We will open the line at least 20 minutes from now so we can hear your participation. We've been talking about the manifesto of Mr. Cummins and the AMC, then the CPP, now the AMC. What will be your benefit for voting in Mr. Cummins as your next president 2029? We are not campaigning, we're just telling you these are serious things that we should be thinking about. If we want Liberia to make some progress, we cannot continue to be in a vicious cycle. I mean, we'll not go anywhere with the kind of style of governance we continue to see on a daily basis across the country, where people think they owe nothing to Liberia owe them more than they should owe Liberia. So we want to look at the agriculture sector on the arrest agenda. It's one of the major people, by the way, that Mr. Barker heavily campaign on. If there's two topics that Mr. Barker and his rescue people, his surrogates and fanatics brag about, they parrot about, you know that bread? We talking about called parrot. Now they parroted about is this agriculture thing and road development, right? So it's Mr. Barker went to LPNC. Mr. Barker went to the other place, you know, the Liberia Marketing Produce Corporation, something LPNC. So Barker worked there. When we made Barker president, Barker said agriculture minister. When we made Barker president, Barker will produce food, this, that. So I want us to ask ourselves some serious question now. Do we have any crops right now that we can boast of as a nation? What kind of mechanism has the government put into place to improve agriculture? These are the questions. You can write them down if you want to. Do we have any process of micro-NAS farming right now? Do we have any process of micro-NAS farming right now? No. Micro-NAS farming is a big kind of farming where you will see maybe a government farm to say, yeah, that will be a government farm where some of the hundreds of thousands of jobless Liberians are roaming around, no job, looking for a job out of university. The University of Liberia put hundreds, if not thousands, of Liberians who study in the agriculture field on every graduating occasion. They are sitting there in Monrovia and other parts of Liberia. They're not doing anything. What can we do to put the people to work, to make the people basic? Do we have any government farm? Are we producing any crops that we can even consume locally? That don't have to start discussing maybe export, but that can make us food self-sufficient. Because baby, when I'm born, you can get teeth. Or can start stressing his or her eye, right? So before we even start talking about export, that be talking about food self-sufficiency. Can we feed ourselves? On what basis? What are the mechanisms put in place by this government? But before we hold the government accountable for failing agriculture in the last 2.5 years, let me read something for you, right? So we have, the African Union is the governing body of all government across Africa, where Liberia is a member of the African Union. By the way, its headquarters in Addis Ababa. You all know about that. So they have a declaration, by the way, on agriculture. And this declaration has just been improved on over the time. The first declaration was signed in 2003 in Maputo. Okay? In 2003 in Maputo, where I think they are always maintaining the percentage of the signing members, what they agree on, that they should, each African country should sign, should invest. Their public expenditure should be about 10% into the agriculture sector. That same 10% was in the Maputo Declaration. Maputo, by the way, is the capital of Mozambique in Southeast Africa. So they met there in 2003 and they signed that declaration, committing themselves to allocating 10% of their annual budget to agricultural improvement. Okay, on the end that declaration, I will read some part of area. It's not just focusing on the way we're doing Liberia, where when they allocate to ministries, they just talking about salary and blah blah blah. No, they're talking about storage facility, transportation in agriculture. They're talking about how to get your crops on the market. We're talking about export, but we'll dive into the specifics, right? About the declaration. But I just want to talk about, and in 2008, okay, they also have the Malabo Declaration, which was the improvement of the amendment to the Maputo Declaration of 2003. They met in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, and they signed the same agreement or the same declaration. They adopted it, committing themselves again. They review it, they corrected some things, they improved on some things, because their goal is the declaration here. For example, the reason why here is up to 2035, right? They want to achieve the one for Africa. Okay, so the new CEDAR strategy and action plan 2026 to 2025 contain blah blah blah. I will read it, right? So from 2003 to 2008 till now, the recent one I was just signed, Kampala, Uganda, committing themselves to committing 10% of their agricultural budget. I mean, their national budget of agricultural initiatives is targeted towards 2035. That's the goal. That's the goal. So let me just real quick. They say that the new African Development Strategy and Action Plan 2026 contain 6 strategy objectives and 22 targets for the 8 specific intervention and expected outcome. I will come down to your rescue or agricultural policy or what they're doing. But there's the declaration I was signed in Kampala, right? So they say that the Kampala Declaration officially became effective on the 1st of January 2026, and implementation is now on the way across member states. So the new declaration I was adopted in Kampala, Uganda on the 1st of January of this year is supposed to be in action. It's supposed to be in action. So we want to look at what Liberia projected in this year budget, because Liberia was also part of this declaration. Or better still, Liberia was part of the member state that adopted this declaration on the 1st of January of this year in Kampala. Liberia is a member state of the AU countries. So we want to know if President Boakai and the UP guys, they are serious about agriculture. Because the reason sometimes we don't just want to come in and get, oh, bugger fading, bugger this, bugger that. We want to bring somebody half fast so that even when you call to participate, you can know that we're coming from an informed background. So there's a whole declaration that has been adopted by member state or EU member state to commit themselves to see our best. So the whole agriculture day, not only Liberia concern, is the whole of Africa, especially member state especially EU member countries. They are saying that if we really want to alleviate hardship, especially when it comes to hunger, Liberia has been ranked as one of the hungriest countries on earth according to the World Hunger Index 2026. Global Hunger Index. We are hungry people. When other people say we get offended, but it's a reality. We still have a high level of malnutrition across the country. People cannot feed well. So the African Union is concerned as well about this. So they met on the 1st of this year in Kampala to adopt another declaration, by the way, that have been coming from since 2023 from Maputo to Malabo and now Kampala, to adopt the declaration to say, yes, they commit 10% of our annual budget to agriculture. So there you have it. Okay. So there you have it. Officially January. Okay, I read this. So I will also now look at what we have for Liberia under the Rescue Agenda 2026. This year fiscal budget, right? So the percentage we have, and if we are serious about agriculture, right? So if we are serious about agriculture, so they say at least 10% annually public expenditure to be allocated to agro-food systems. Agro-food system. So the whole EU targeting is the whole EU is targeting about $100 billion in agro investment by 2035. Increase agro food productivity by 45%, right? Trapping into agriculture trade in agricultural commodities and service, reducing post-harvest losses by 50%. So all of that things that the people put in place, they want to reduce post-harvest losses. Sometimes before you even plant, you don't test the soil. You have to test the soil. The government have to make money available for these things. The government have to invest into microfinance farming. So this is what the AU is saying, right? They want to improve on inter-agricultural trade when it comes to agricultural produce. So the year agriculture budget for your rescue government is 14.9 million. So what percent is that? So Liberia is in violation of this declaration. Your President Baga is in violation to what his government committed herself to on January 1st, 2025 in Kampala. Liberia is signatory to this declaration, by the way. So the Liberians approved 2026 national budget is appropriating about 1.25 billion. Agriculture allocation is 14.9 million in the budget. So it represents about only 1.2%. It represents only 1.2% of that 1.225 billion budget that the country is boasting of having this year. So you think about it. So if you are putting only 1.2% in the budget, in the national budget for agriculture, you think we'll go anywhere? So then when I ask the question, what is President Baga plan for agriculture in this country, for the agriculture sector? You have violated the Kampala Declaration that talk about all EU members countries to allocate 10% of our national budget. 10% of our national budget to agriculture. So if the government of Liberia allocated that 10%, we have been talking about 125 million towards the agriculture sector. But I didn't break to pull that kind of money in agriculture. I'm begging you here. They didn't get that money to NSA. They spread that money around to NSA, to other security agencies. They follow behind, they go collect it, the agriculture. 10%, according to the Kampala Declaration, supposed to be 125 million. But you only allocated 14.9 this year. That's a drop in the oceans, or spit in the ocean. And that money, significant portion of that money will remain right in the agricultural ministry. It will leave right in the agricultural ministry. How can you say, for Christ's sake, you identify agriculture as one of your major pillars and one of your major priorities? And we kind of public expenditure agriculture, and they getting 14.9 million. When they finish paying all the people that are working on agriculture, they finish buying the minister, no car, they buy all the deputy minister, the assistant minister, the directors. What they will leave for government to go open fund? What thing will leave? Don't fool yourself. So then I suppose that will say, oh, ministry, then the agriculture ministry, they can get all or funding from OSA, their house, their sources from OSA that is funded. That's not true. And at any time, what would I give a war where we have a lot of NGOs supporting agricultural activities or productivities around here? In fact, the whole world today everybody faces any level of crisis. The other day we saw illegal migrants who were close to 45,000 young people entering some battle or Spain. I don't know how many thousand of them dying in the water entering Spain. Just some battle, I think, last before 2 weeks ago, In France, you have fire ravaging the entire Europe, over 15,000 hectares of land. So the people got their own cars out here. So you think so gonna use it left? The people that use to kind get government money to do all things around here, they left. The people left over for the fire and dome project. The government and raise money to compete with project there. So if you cannot stand up for yourself, that's where a responsible government now should start leveraging on the resources we got to raise money and point to the priority sectors, the agriculture we are discussing. The Kampala Declaration, the 10% threshold, you should be talking about 125 million. That money now in hand, then you read, then you talking now, then you need business now. That money you can look at now, 40-50 million instead of opening a government fund. I mean, you can hire some expert team maybe for the first 1, 2, 3 months. I mean year rather, excuse me, 1, 2, 3 years. They come, you bring no equipment and thing. Then you have a machine where you're bro, where you say you're carrying around the whole road. Well, most of them will soon break down, they will lean in the jungle and think people scrap men or go scrap it and bring it back to town to come make business. You get that machine there, you go open for like bro got fast lane. That will not do nothing with it before you get there lane now. Open government fund. Across the country, maybe you can divide the country into 3 zones. Maybe the same came outside, they came out bombing, Babalu Sa, Kasa can go there. You say you produce Kasa. We can start to expose some of these things. See our friends from Nigeria, let's swallow and thing who produce Gary, we sell it to them. Nigeria got a very big market for Gary. You produce Gary and sell it to them. All part of the world. Okay? Talking about rice production. We can get it on land. We sit down here. We empowering farmers in India and China. Because all of these rice we buy, the people who sell in there, they are Chinese farmers. They are Indian farmers. You empowering them. Why you cannot empower your own local farmers? We cannot be servicing Chinese economy. Will be facing the Indian economy. We always government country always facing foreign economy because the same thing they doing with the concession. I mean the mineral sector rather than what they doing. The foreign companies they come here, they give you 3% royalty. So on every $100 you get 3 cents. See that kind of thing, eh? Facing foreign economy, our own economy is in chaos. Empower the local farmers. Okay, then we agree. You cannot lay 100% maybe to the size of your budget. But if I why when go sound or something that you know you're not prepared for. They are eco currency they talking about our men from Guinea, the men they're not part of that thing. They signing on it, they prepare for it. You see, the men they clap on day one, man. We're not part of that eco currency. What you're saying, all Africa, I mean all West Africa will use one currency. Man, we're not part of that discussion, brother. We're not ready for eco currency. The Joe ready will kind of sound a declaration. So if you know you're not ready for it, they don't sound it, but you go inside and they put meetings. When Kampala is started in Uganda, it's sound it thing. You say, yeah, we'll commit 10% of our annual budget, probably expenditure to agriculture. And you can't. You look at the Liberian poor facing in how to kill 1.2%. It's a slap. That's a slap in our faces. You are feeling willfully on one of your major pillars. What's the mechanism? There's no mechanism. We're talking about storage facility. You know what? Sometimes other country all year round you want eat fresh pineapple, you will eat it. If you want eat apple, you will eat it. You want eat banana, you will eat it. I bet right now you can't see a mango, what we call plum in Liberia. You can't see it now because there's no storage facility. Build storage facilities across the country, across the beltway of this country. Invest that money, use it. The team for government now, right? Maybe people can, they were Ominga and looking now. The old man planning can be getting ratty on the road, they were passing looking at them. The old man can, she goes straight to the government storage facility and pour goods there. You said maybe they have, you bring a system where maybe you can weigh the goods based on the quantity of goods. Maybe you pay $100 or you pay $200 to store your goods. When you say you go and get that money to government, it may not small, but I run no generation. You'll not be increasing taxes on everything you buy, because when you got other sources of revenue generation, you'll not be spreading economic burden on the poor people by increasing taxes on everything. Communication tax, they want, so at the end of the day, the GSM community will be reducing other services that they use to provide for the poor people. So you not do these things. When you go in the Wall Sierra Leone, you see the toll gates, the drivers, the smaller vehicles can pay 10 leons. The bigger cars, like the trucks and whatever, they can pay 30 leons. That money you may think is small, but you know how many vehicle can use that route a day? So that's the idea. So you build a storage facility. You say, look, when I bring a plane in, when I get routing anymore, that play freezing the system there. You upgrade the plane. Brother, anytime you want anything, you will get it. Because when places in country will store somebody thing, it will be there. Even if some will not be as yet, but at least it will be, you will still get it around. So the government is in error. They are willfully fair. They arrest agenda that talk about agriculture, and they are also flip-flop on a Kampala declaration. So they get working all over the place signing people that they're not committed to. They get working all over the place signing people. And whether illegal or not, we cannot continue to be an import-based country or society, then we say economy, then we say like progress. That's not true. So there where Mr. Kumi and other people will come in. We already got all the things on the boat to guide us. We already got all the things on the boat to guide us. So we want to need or whatever we want to need a serious president or put the people above their selfish interests. A president the president Baka mean business, especially where people see him to be from that background. He will prioritize agriculture. You seen it? You cannot do that. You cannot make all the big promises to the people, and then you cannot lay up to the promise. You cannot do anything. Right now, as the rain is falling, in rural part of Liberia, farmers' crops getting destroyed. Because what? There's no good road. So that's the reason. See that is saying, let's build storage facility that improve agro-food system across our various countries. So people not only have to bring their crops to Mora before it be safe. So for example, you get one in your region, a Ganto, maybe other people from nearby places they can come. If my crops getting damaged, I can come and store it there. Those who got injured, they can leave on a Kodai Mora and go there and buy and bring it right to Monrovia. And I have to force it on a truck coming on the way where it's getting damaged. No. So that's the system Mr. Kumi government will put in place. We will all hold they see that development. They see that declaration. The Kampala declaration will implement it to the fullest. Ministry of Agriculture will not just be about people sitting obviously air condition brewing there and they feel comfortable in Chanikosu. No. They will be out there. There will be a government farm where some of these people that we looking down on in society, calling them names, they're disadvantaged brothers and sisters of ours. We can take them there, you can rehabilitate them, right? Like we sell decentralization and rehabilitation facilities. As they living from there, brother, you're chugging them straight on the farm. Then they go there and work and earn a living for themselves. Once a man is occupied, he becomes responsible somehow. Because if you are working annually, Monday, that is, and you're getting a takeaway of something that can sustain you and your family, you will not want to go by in the ghetto to go sit down there and be dressing yourself and be eating and bathing the Israel, but pollution in our country. You not do that. So the political will have to be there. They must put the Kampala declaration. Liberia not been living up to the declaration since 2010. 2003, of course, 2003, the country was not last stable, but 2008, the Maputo Declaration, Manaseli was in power by then. But even up to then, up from then till now, rather, little or nothing have been done to improve the agri sector of our country, of this country. On one pepper, we get on the bus, we go out of Guinea or Ivory Coast. On one Grumpy, we go Guinea, we go Ivory Coast. In my community, I like the peanut butter, so the other lady, I asked her, where you got this from? She said from Conakry. I said, wow, imagine that. So everything will go to our neighbors for them. Meanwhile, we are custodian of 43% of the Upper Guinea rainforest. So we got vast land. Hectares, millions of land, we get it here. But the governments or lazy government, the only thing they know is to eat money. Now, eating money, government, we always letting for. We're not letting government that will deliver on anything that will improve our country. Some of us, the villages we from, when you drop anything there, in fact, you're in Moro, yes, right behind our houses, when you drop anything there, it will germinate and it will grow very well as though you even fertilize it. But what little is done to improve the agricultural sector is because the political will is not there. Because the political will is not there. So, fellow Liberians, if you want change in the agricultural sector, you have to look outside the box. There's a policy that guide every government that is part of the African Union when it comes to agriculture. Right now, we should be talking about growing our own food and start being lazy and dependent on just be an import-based society where we just import everything on the street. Like that, you always have a weak economy when you're not exporting anything. And brother, the days only have been right across the bridge to Vata, you start scratching your head. You start scratching your head because everything coming from across to both other side. So we cannot continue to pamper and nurture a lazy government. We should be having a government fund here. That will be talking about producing food that will make Liberia food self-sufficient. Brother Baga, I feel the man, you say the man of agriculture, man, then you allocating 14 million to war agriculture. What if 14 million can do? When they finish buying car for Dado Nuta and his people to agriculture ministry, what do you lead there? The Nuta man say, Pololo Green Garden say, you ask that man, he can show it to you behind your home. Your agriculture minister. So we just put people in position just for the name. There's no passion for the country. There's nothing to improve the ordinary people. A channel that can be living hugely on agriculture. It ain't what more about Liberia. Liberia got a kind of filter salt. Go bring the Chinese people here. Bring another 3 hour people for 1 year. You send them back. We take over our machines and things. We take over the because right now people using modern technology to farm. We can't be farming that is stone age. We're holding whole colossus and things. What happened will carry you? Success farming, where will carry you? That we're talking about mechanized farming. A practical solution or realistic and lasting solution for our food insecurity. To our food insecurity that we're talking about. Right now, 2 banana, the other day, I'll go home, I think yesterday from somewhere. I asked the girl about the banana around the real area. The girl said 200 for 4 bananas. So probably I'm paying $50 for 1 banana. Imagine. These things are very expensive. So at the end of the day, you see people not living heftily. People just eat red, some more big go lay now. Okay, you can't afford to buy some of these food and things that will give you the kind of vitamin and thing you need. Because things are quite expensive. You cannot get your $500 thinking about paying your way the next day to come to work. And you go and buy 2 pieces of banana $100 or 4 pieces of banana $200. It's quite exorbitant. But if we are producing this thing on large scale, storing them, tea prices will come down. At basic economics, when supply increase, demand drop. But obviously, when demand increase, when supply drop, demand will be high now. So few people selling banana, red banana, the price will obviously I mean, there will be a hike in price. Price will obviously increase. So every Granby that will use a past Granby that will use a Bafala, there's no more thing now Granby $20. They getting a 30 Granby $20. One ball egg $50. Baga one baga to what they saying or being air factory the other thing when I don't know how far with our project the government almost finish the air factory can't finish. So there's no practical will for agriculture. Well, everything that will ensure now your rescue agenda in the on the charge on the raw pedals. They have begun to failure. Don't take my word for it. Take number. Number said the other day they start abusing Eddie Jalo. The other method they must call Eddie Jalo to the house to interrogate him. Why must say the government has few all major pedals? And that's true. That Bureau can be full self-sufficient if we have the right president and the executive mansion. All the recurrent expenditure they want for indoor teaming. They you increase the president budget, you increase the vice president budget, you increase the region speaker budget. Region alone moving will convoy. I mean, the country should only get one president. We can't get everybody moving with convoy, head us scatter the whole country that war zone we in. No. Region wow, money says car. All the cars and expensive cars, that money they you read directly resources to the thing. How much one man need to live? And all that thing they can be fighting, they want to kill one another. You just living opponents, you just live well. While the rest of the country just start naked, everybody sing. Somebody can leave like bro. 10, 15 years when they can't see one burying your friend, you can't meet in there. So now when the people come and bro, they just look at or they just talk down or they just talk. I mean, they get responsible and decent Liberian, bro, who understands what Liberians are actually going through here. But all of you say they Liberian when they can't mean, are gonna continue. They just treat you anyhow. They talk to you the way they feel like. I know you say, oh, government can't do everything. Now government is that not true. They're not true. I disagree. No part of the world we say government can put food in basket and be divided from hall to hall. But the fact of the matter is their system that have been put into place. Like Mr. Kumi can say it's a big bowl of red. When you able to deliver your hand, put in a bowl of red, you get something to eat. That's what Mr. Kumi continue to say. He said they still want to build a big tent where everybody will fit on what the he said his agenda is like this big bowl of red where all Liberians will put their hands inside and eat. The America where they show one visa down now, one of the community now, the community chairman will be shopping the other person, the policemen are there will be shopping the army men to get out one visa. You think that because people in America they lay down across their legs, they sleeping. They're working, the environment, the system is there. Once you get able to work, you will get a living, you will earn a living. That's the system we're talking about. When I say baga can't get a bag of rare, that will be cooking to our house eating no. For example, we're talking about agriculture. If baga can open a government farm, a big government farm, that able to employ tens of thousands of Liberians. That job creation, you know what will happen? Even those of the Liberians that will not be able to work on that farm, they will benefit. Because, like we say, when you get one Liberian man job, you feed almost 10 to 15%. So those Liberians will be opportune to work on our government fund. What happens is they got also people who are attached to them. Okay? So Brother Yapablo, who used to sit in the community from Monday to Sunday playing to do with a family, you empower him. Those equipment that you will bring, those tractors, those machines, those other farming tools that you will bring, you will train Liberians to use these things that trade. You imparting knowledge into these people. So that's the kind of thing we're talking about. Oh, government can't do everything because that's a lesser excuse we'll put up because I'm a unity party man. No. Government can't do everything, but government have to do something. And that's some of the things, the practical things they're supposed to do to improve the country, they're not doing. We agree? Who tells a Donald Trump get hamburger on his head dividing all across the broad thing in Morocco? No. But the reason every day to having a country, you get the opportunity to go to the United States or any part of the world that for greener pasture, it's because the system is there. The system is there. Some of our brothers that went in Morocco 10, 15 years ago, they say they get time for government. They get time for government job. What you see here, you didn't get time for it. But they're working, they're sending remittance here, they're sending money here, the Liberian community in Morocco. If not for them, how the men will still be more. Then we'll go back to our villages. They be free. You see why it's so? Because the system is there, they both working. They're not sending now some of the boys you talk with them, they don't even get the time to talk to you. Because they are exhausted, they are tired, they work their jacket. 24/6. That's the system we cry for. We want to work, create an opportunity that will work. It is job floating, and you say that let's say if you cry on government, I want it up to you now. Government really playing her part. But no job. They say, oh, the people lazy, they want to do nothing. Brother, don't bring that kind of conversation around my doorstep. Don't bring it around me. That's the reason, for example, I was talking earlier about investing in the business sector. 20 million to women and youthful businesses to empower people. Because when you empower people, it's a good thing. You understand? It's a good thing. But we listen. We listen. Our government is lazy, and we continue to make our government lazy. We continue to make our government lazy. The government, one of the major payers of the government, the agriculture. But 3 years coming, we got 4 more months to end. To end 2026, we'll soon end the 4th year of the regime. Little or nothing is done to improve agriculture. Right now, Oman is still going to Masanta for pepper, for grumpy. Most of these grumpy now we can buy the children and soak it in the water. They be saying it around fresh grumpy la. We're not producing it in it. Not producing it in it. So the people who doing their sustainable farming, on the put it in it, on the truck, they bring it omega relay. On that time, you're not getting to the following season. But what about we get a quote-unquote agriculture president at the executive marshal? Man who's serving the agriculture setup for long. In fact, that was one of the major things campaign. So the president is a failure. So when it comes to agriculture, he's a failure, as he is also failure just. It's also failure just. So the just thing, we'll talk about it when we come Monday. Because right now, I think the whole just president now is in your pack gear. It's in your pack. You can drive. You can call it. In your pack move. Nothing happening. Saying if dismiss the pedestrians that were transporting the jaws, that's it. The other man from how they call the place, the pirate bad man, would hear alleged that he really running out of the country, whatever they saying in police custody going on investigation. So they are withholding sensitive information from the public. We don't know what happening. They just dancing around very common. President set up he trusted justice minister to investigate a just issue and blah blah blah. So we'll so be in the line. So be in the line for your input. So Monday when we come, we'll dive more into the just issue. But I think the just issue, fairly speaking, for me, I lost all trust and confidence in this regime, the way they handling the just issue. And there's a serious crisis that we're joking with this thing, how they propensity to destroy Liberia, to destroy the generation that we want to protect. With aging and with the young people have to kind of take over. We the young people will pass the battle over to the 15, 16 years old that they're after us. But if we have just, permeating the corridors of our society like that, and the president says at the executive management and fighting just some people on late service, certain people are big enough that the law cannot apprehend them, prosecute them, and get a Labrampo justice, and you know that the country is in a serious trouble. So Monday we'll talk more about the just issue, but today we wanted to look at the agricultural policy or the arrest agenda. We'll put the arrest agenda, pillar by pillar, and tell you what are the government succeeding. I just gave you a feedback. The one in Southern in Kampala in Uganda or January of this year, and the sound to that thing. But they see here, the bread they're looking at facing they put $14.2 million in the national budget for agriculture. 1.2%. 14.9 million, which is 1.2%. What can that do when you take out that Onuta brand new 45,000 car from there? You pay all the other people, his deputy minister. Where do you go to worry agriculture investment? That's the reason there's no plan. There's absolutely no mechanism put in place right now for cross production across the country. You cannot boast of producing anything right now. that can make food self-sufficient leads to talk about exporting. So it's a crisis. The rescue agenda is failing itself before I even talk about the Liberian people. Because you put all of these things on a book and you cannot lay up to them, it's a shame. It's a shame in governance. It's a failure that will lay after you. So that's it. So it's a time to talk. Like we say, yeah, we talk our own and you talk your own. So the numbers are 0777 959 959. That's the orange number, 0777 959 959. And the Lone Star number is 0881 871 670. 0881 871 670. Or the orange number again, I read them is 0777 959 959. That's the orange number you want to partake on the show to make your voice heard on the issue that are raised. So yes, agriculture, 14 million. But the president should take our first call. Good evening. Thanks for joining. Mm-hmm. Good evening, your name and calling from where? Paulie, thanks for joining the show.
Yes, I want you to put me a favor about. There's a family that you know about. I ain't going to get but I said that to tomorrow. I ain't going to get I don't want to go for the supplement. When you are between just come back and they'll be here for a last time. I was the woman that cook for them. I was passing through the boys. I tell you to them to the best of what is starting. So I wanted to bring you a phone. This is my WhatsApp number. Talk to me because I'm not well. My eyes helping me. Pauline Wanty. When you go on the Facebook, you see Pauline Wanty.
Okay, Pauline Wanty, right on Facebook. You say Pauline Wanty. I don't want you to spell now. I will hit you on Facebook for you. I don't want you to spell. WONDEE. Okay, because I'm not seeing your because the dashboard I'm not seeing your number, so I will hit you on Facebook. WONDEE, right?
Yes,
Trust me, I will hit you up. I cannot promise you anything, but all I can say, I will reach out to you and we will talk. Even now, Mr. Kumi's other relevant people in the party will see how we can get to them. But thank you for joining the show, and I wish you speedy recovery. You're right. You're right, Mama. It will get better. 2029, hopefully. It will get better. 0777 959 959 is the orange number to join the show. 0777 959 959. Lone Star is 0881 871 670. 0881 87 1670. 0881 87 1670 is the Lone Star number, and the orange number is 0777 959 959. 0777 959 959. If you have anything to say about some of the issues I've been discussing, these are the numbers you can use to join me in this afternoon here on Care Radio 95.9 FM. So yes, President Bwaka is rescuing himself, his children, and his cronies. The agriculture sector is still the same. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. All right, welcome to the show. So you listen to all of what I said. The agriculture sector, 14.9 million, 1.2% of the budget. So, I mean, how can President Bwaka succeed with this kind of budget? My man, we can't well, man, Major Kumi right there, but you know, come on, brother, we are a good big brother. Man, say I let him be, you know, but the big brother has served his team. You know, that kid, another person chain that they can't, like we all can say in our Kurukwa, that another person show their juice to my brother. You know, you can't just be. Yeah. Yeah, so I think we that believe that the two of them should work together. That be open man, right? That be open man, right? Let's say maybe you know, he and brother. I mean, he and Kumi can work. I like that, you know. But to be honest, we need progress. Like you said, I think Bwaga and people from all the songs written on the world, you cannot take us anywhere. We're going almost 3 years now in the government. Nothing we can boast of. Yeah, so that's it. But thank you for joining the show. You say your name again. Thank you, Shanta. I always encourage you to follow. We here Monday all the way to Friday. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, bro. So that's it. I mean, Mr. Kumi is right there. The main mean well for the country. So the numbers to participate is 777-959-959. Let's take this other person. Good evening, and where have you joined the show from this evening? Good evening. Oh, you cannot call a whole hour now. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Go ahead. You have to change your location a bit. I want to hear you. I mean, you join the line. Hello? Oh, yeah, you have to call back, man. Your line back. Let's take this person. Good evening. Yeah, where you joining the show from? Your name? How is the new Georgia bill, my brother? Why? What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. How? I want to know. No. Point of correction. I need a TAPA administration. Look, get 1 minute. I will get it time. Chief, listen now. I will get it time. When you call on the show, just relax, right? I don't want to get it time. I will get it time to speak your mind. So I need a TAPA administration. The thing about electing government, when you elect the people, you hold them by their record. It not mean you attacking them. That try to poke a difference between that, right? I just the other brother that just left the line where you call him myself or having I say what I say I like President Weah, former President Weah. He's a good big brother, right? I'm not attacking him. I was just looking at his policy. Unless you can tell me that President Weah actually did well. If that was the case, then President Weah could have still be president. But anyway, go ahead. So I didn't attack you. I just want you to rephrase a word. The word attack sound too strong. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Quickly, so you can take others. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the measure will be they were not done correctly being the first time President Weah, and this one should be it should be done this time around this way. So even though your speculation about him, Mr. Kumi, because for me I'm a strong Kumi man, right? I'm in a party, but I have no idea about whether Mr. Cummings and President Weah talking or they're not talking. I cannot agree or neither deny that, right? There's politics, anything can happen, right? But the fact of the matter is the thing about guilt by association. But anyway, thank you. I will address your point. Let me take the other brother or this point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, quickly now. A lot of people calling and we're running out of time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who that person? Who that person? Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Yeah, you have to walk away from the monitor. Good evening. Go ahead. Okay, your name. You didn't lower your monitor. Our listeners. Yeah, but lower the radio now, Morris. Yeah, so thank you, Uriah Morris. That's the reason I said we'll talk more about it. My man, lower your radio now. We'll call you off with the radio. Yeah, no, I can't continue like that, Morris. I told you to load the radio, my man. You want to, I mean, you will destroy my ear. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, but you have to lower your radio. Hello? Good evening. Good evening. Hello? Yeah, welcome, sir. Welcome. Thanks for joining the show. Hello? Good evening. Yes, sir, you have to change your location. I'm not getting you through the microphone. Your line is bad, I think, due to the rain. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to let you go. Please call back. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I think you better go ahead. Let me hear you. Hello? Oh my God, the call coming, but good evening. Yeah, good evening. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for joining the show. Okay. Yeah, Mohammed, welcome. Mm-hmm. Comrade Donzo, the man got 14.9 million as the oil corridor budget. Imagine with a budget, annual budget of 1.25 billion. Is that man a serious agricultural president? That's a Liberia. Thank you, bro. That's a Liberia we have got, my brother. Thank you, Comrade Donzo. I always encourage you to follow, bro. Thank you, bro. I take this person. Good evening. Welcome to the show. I'm good. Thanks for following. Thanks. Your names and where you joining me from? Okay. Go ahead, Mohammed.
Every day I pray God for president, we have to find power. We have to work those president in the West now, different now. We don't bring God for president, we have to come back. How to bring God for? So everybody bring God for different president, all that. Bring God for good president. Good to George Manuel, we are in the good project for, you know, now pay for you to come in all for so now.
Your view is respected, my brother. It will be very foolish for me to sit there and believe that the over 5.7 million people, or I don't know, the registered number of voters in Liberia want to vote for President Cummings, or Cummings to be president. So all we can encourage you is we should go about it mere likeness for people, and then we just vote them, because after they win the election, the million plus 1% question now is what next? What is in the package for governance? And that's the reason today, like the brother said, Liberians, they just clamored about Burger Bean. But let's take this call. Good evening. Thanks for joining the show. I lost that caller. So Seri 959 is the only number to call again to join the show. We got a few minutes to be here. You can make your inputs. President Burger lied about agriculture. He got no practical will solutions to that process. What we see in the agriculture budget this year is let me take Masisi. Yeah, Masisi, welcome to the show. Good evening.
Thank you. How you doing?
I try Masisi. Yeah, they're good, man. Wow. Wow. But Masisi, go ahead. What I wanted to ask you about Masisi, you said it meant agriculturally. What happened now? We're not seeing no food productivity. Is it it? Yeah. Thank you, Masisi. Thank you, Masisi. Yeah, thank you. Let's take this call. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Lawrence Spencer. I don't want to appreciate you for the show today. You know, this thing about good governance, I see Alexander Cummings as the face of good governance in Liberia. There's no doubt about it. Looking at the way West came into power, we expect President Burger where someone to be now also Liberia, where someone to be also all around the Liberia market. But we cannot see Liberia West. Why? This is all productive to the city. But yet and still they're going to be talking about how President Burger will be 12 years. We are there about to get the red card. They are still, this is how we should look at new person. The best alternative in this country is Alexander Cummings. Thank you, VZA.
Thank you, Email. Let me tell you the last person because of time. The calls are coming in back to back, but I cannot continue. I'm afraid I'm running out of time. 6 minutes to be here. So good afternoon. Good evening. That is welcome.
Yes, hello.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm able to meet Johnny from our PhD resident. Yeah, I'm so happy for this program. I'm happy to hear people making that view, their statement.
Quickly.
The only person that has this leadership now in the development.
Right.
We have given this party 12 years, given the citizens 6 years, and what we are giving, this party gives us 6 years.
You're right.
So all those who have done little, give them little time to serve in the position. And not only put me in the rightful president to lead a period.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's say this pressing. Good evening. Good evening. Hey. So let's take at least two more. Yeah, that take 2 more. We got 5 minutes. We can take 2 more, 1 minute each, and then you can use the 3 minutes to wrap up. Good evening. 1 minute, please. Yeah, quickly, please. We're running out of time. Mm-hmm. How's Ralph Yahweh? Okay, go ahead. Thank you. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. I mean, the Labrampo are speaking. It's coming time. I mean, that's it. It's fair. 1-1. I like that. 1-1. You eat on one, you go sit down. That other mega eat. Because the problem about it, if you do well with my team, you make a coming council and deliver a Labrampo my team. Good evening. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute, please. We're running out of time. Thanks for joining the show.
So, Mr. Kumi, well, Mr. Kumi said that this is the time for the mechanical.
No, that's not true. That's not true. No, I will call you up. I will not allow misinformation on the public airway. That's not true. When you come on the radio, you don't want to be factual. I will not allow you the space to learn. Yeah, I'm very tolerant when I'm on the radio here. I give you the time to speak your mind. But that's what you can do. You just sit down in the community to the entire shop. You just lie to our people. That the reason they continue to miss out on good leaders and Mr. Kumi will not allow that thing to survive. The reason they show that it now will come when you can't, you lie will disgrace you, to be frank. Because you have to disgrace your nothing. That the same way you lie on the men, they place the men are gay. On the today, the Labrampo people, you don't want to entrust the men with power because of those kind of petty lies that you're passing around with. Not even petty, but grave lies, I mean. You're passing around. You can't, well, the man, I want to have my Sunday crowd baby coming. You know, I hear Mr. Kumi having my Sunday crowd discussion. I'm going to society here, so you just call the radio, you turn and kind of thing you want to. We're begging your man. And Mr. Kumi said, we'll not allow people to define him anymore. This country not belong to one group of people. Like the brother said, the way they get bagger, it says here, he misusing, and it says here, it's okay for him and people. That's why they can do anything. He bought them causing everybody, they think they can cause. When we come Monday, we'll talk about the information ministry people, the way they handling themselves. They conducting themselves in a very poor and irresponsible manner. But we'll deal with them on Monday. Hopefully, we'll deal with information. We'll look at the information ministry. What are the information ministry that should be existing now? To be wasting taxpayer money on, we'll look at that when we come Monday. So without discriminating, you know, let Mr. Kumi is fine. It's fine. You can support who you think you can support. But what we will not, accept where your right is, where our own right begin. It's also our own right to defend Mr. Kumi. So you will not come on the radio and can't lie like that. We're not gonna both lie, and say President, let me stream Massey on the 2 minutes again. Massey quickly, I'll be out of here in less than 2 minutes. So please, quickly. Yeah, I'm on there. Yeah, you man there. That the wickedness. That the wickedness, man, Susie. No, it will not. It will not lay on me. Thank you, Yamasi. Thank you, Masisi. Thank you. Thank you, Masisi. Thank you, Masisi. Thank you. So that's it, folks. I'm scared. I'm out of time. I want to say thank you to all of you who called. Those of you who tried calling, you didn't make it. Monday will be here to start a fresh edition, and Tuesday and Wednesday, my young brother Isaac George, Comrade George will be here. Or better still, you join Mr. Pamod on Friday, tomorrow. Okay? For the show. You join Mr. Pamod tomorrow, Friday, for the show. He will be here. So that's it. So Liberians, open your eye. That'll be honored to ourselves. What the brother did was wrong. That's why I call him, but you know, when I come here, I get everybody trying to speak their mind. So it was a good show. I want to say thanks to my man Tuzo for always helping to control the process here. Thank you for your view. Liberia will get better by the grace of God. 2029, we shall get there. Thank you.
back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.